Want to see what we've got coming next on CETV? Aliens. Check it out. Come back soon. Hello and welcome to CETV. I'm Howard Frank from Camera Electronic, and today I've got with me Michael Halawana from Aerotune. How are you, Michael?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming again. So, I know this sort of makes me look like an alien.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. We've got the latest product from DJI, the latest FPV drone.
Yeah.
What is an FPV drone?
So the FPV drone is more like a racing drone compared with the traditional drones, and you actually have manual control of this. So you could fly from 0 to 100 in 2 seconds in manual mode.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
But let's have a look at these goggles. So for those that don't know, a normal drone, it's got the GPS. If you're inside a building, that can be problematic. It hovers, things like that. The FPV drone or the racing drone is different, and you need to use these to fly.
That's right, yeah.
So how does that work?
So yeah, there is a direct feed from the drone itself to the goggles. So you can see the first person flying through all the gaps and mountains or any other surroundings you fly with. So you get that immersive kind of look when you fly in the drone. Yeah,
and then you can do some pretty fast and tricky maneuvers.
Yeah, you can. So the remote comes with a couple of different options. So you have the normal mode, which you can fly with all the sensors on, which gives you really good sensors and safety features. Yep. That's a really great way to start as a beginner. I would definitely recommend that. And the next mode is the S mode, which is the sports mode, which all the sensors get disabled. So you're in full control. You still can fly it the way you want. And the last one is the manual mode, which gives you full control of doing kind of really stunts and maneuvers.
Yep. And so you have to keep these moving the whole time because there's no hovering in them. How tricky is that?
No, actually, look, the traditional FPV drones doesn't have a hover mode, but there is with the DJI, it's actually inbuilt, so it's really great for a beginner. Anyone who wants to get into the system, you take your fingers off the control, it's actually just hovers for you in the normal mode and sports mode.
That's so cool. So that's
really
a great advantage,
yeah,
isn't it?
it is, 100%, yeah.
And do you find any sort of dizziness or any weird feelings when you're using these?
That's a great question. You do feel it. It can be first time someone flying, it can have that experience. I would say it's best thing for tips would be is take some deep breaths while you're flying. So get that oxygen going through you as well. Yep. Take breaks in between every fly. That's the best way to do it.
And do you stand or do you sit or do you lie down? How do you do it?
That's a great question. I mean, I prefer to sit down. I did try standing. It does get into your head really quick. So in case if you need to sit down, it's good to actually know where you are. Especially definitely have a spotter when you're flying an FPV drone, because that's something you need to do because you know the surroundings, what's happening. Especially there can be someone behind you coming and trying to talk to you or disturb you, or a dog come right next to you and bark, and you get that shock as well.
Yeah, I know certainly with the racing clubs, when they're doing the drone racing, they all have to have a spotter. It's
100%, yeah, that's 100%, yeah, I would recommend.
Yeah, definitely. So while you're doing it, you obviously can't see these controls. Yep. How experienced do you need to be doing everything by feel and not press the wrong button? Have you had any sort of fails yourself?
Yeah, I actually learned a couple of tricks. There is a start-stop button, which is the emergency brake. So my recommendation is to practice and get the muscle memory of the buttons or where you are, feel them. If you want, you can actually paste on different stickers so you know the feel of it as well.
That's a good idea.
I'll recommend. And when I was flying the first time, I actually accidentally hit the start-stop button, which is the emergency brake, and it was a shock for me. So it is a learning curve.
And how quickly does it brake then? Is it like a Formula 1 car where you've got the 0 to 100 in 2 seconds, you're going 100 down to 0 in 2 seconds as well?
Yeah, you do get actually, it's a pretty good brake. There is a bit of a gap when you do have a bit of a smoothness going forward, but I would say within a couple of meters, you do get that brake straight away.
Yeah, cool. And we were talking about this earlier, the cruise control.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, tell me about it.
That's one of my cool features I love about this new drone actually. So you could fly hover in this height you want, and then you realize you want to get into this smooth speed. So once you're flying that speed, hit the cruise control button once, it'll continue to fly in that mode, and you can actually increase and decrease the speed as well.
But you can still maneuver the drone as you need to, but it will stay at the same speed?
That's right, yeah. So it will give more control to you, yeah.
But if you're doing a dive, I suppose with gravity it would maybe go a little bit quicker.
Yeah, it's doing dives are different in this drone, but you can achieve some stuff definitely in the manual mode, I would say. But with the normal modes, it's more of a smoother transition from all the controls. Yeah,
cool. So you've been playing with this only for a few days, but I believe you've shot a bit of 4K video already.
Yep.
How's the camera and the gimbal on it?
I really love it. So they're done a pretty good, definitely a good camera with the 4K 60 frames per second as well.
Yep.
And you do get a bit of a depending on the wind speed as well. You can get a bit of a shakiness, but it's more of how you control your drone. So if you do a fast move, obviously it's gonna.
Yeah. Well, I know we've had not the best weather the last few days. It's been okay with the bad weather.
It is. Yeah, the light conditions have been pretty bad with the weather, but it still has a really good quality camera, and the footage has been really good. And I'm really happy with this, to be honest. I've been flying traditional FPV drones. Coming into this, I think it's actually made it more user friendly.
Yep.
Anyone for a beginner I say go for it. Learn slowly, get a spotter, learn the remote control, learn the features. There is also DJI has a virtual reality, so you can actually try this on an app and see how it flies as well. So I would recommend doing that as well.
Yep.
And for anyone who wants to get into this is the perfect machine.
Yeah, cool. So let's talk about these goggles for a sec. So we've got these antennas, if you like. What are they doing for us?
So they're actually getting the signal from the drone to the vision. So you get the same camera actually produced recording as well as the vision for you. It's pretty good, and there is no much dropout of the signals. If you do go behind objects, there can be a bit of a break in the signals, but if you set up your return to home before you start, so you know the heights as well, so you know it's going to come back to you, and it shows all the dials inside, the battery level, speed you're going, the height as well.
Yeah. And of course, we were just saying earlier, you can actually go through the menu system with this little joystick here, which is pretty handy.
And it's a very user-friendly menu as well, so it's straightforward, just like the DJI apps normally as well. There is compass calibration. There is also the cool feature about this is while you're flying, you could see the home point actually on the screen. Cool. So if you're flying and if the home point is behind you, it shows on an arrow where it's onto the left or right. So if you want to turn back and come back, it shows the home point in an edge mark, which you can see. It's a really good feature for that as well.
Oh. Well, look, DJI's done it again by the sound of it, haven't they?
They actually knocked it out of the park, I reckon, because with the build quality, the features in build, especially with the lights, camera.
Can we have a look at the lights? I know you were just...
Yeah. That's one of my great features, so let's switch this on. Let's move to the side. Okay. Best part is you got to listen to this as well.
That's cool, isn't it?
How cool is that?
So these lights you can customise to different colours.
That's right.
And that way, if you're flying with a group of other people, you can recognise which drone's yours.
That's right. Yeah.
Is there many different colours you can use?
Yeah, there is pretty much a full rainbow. So I actually just set it up as keep colour changing right now. So you could see it's keep changing every colour circle going through.
Yeah.
The best other part is if you're flying in daytime, of course, it's hard to see the lights. DJI also provide you with a colour shell. So you can actually I think it comes with different colors, so you could actually integrate into the system. That way you can actually visually know which one is your one as well.
So if you're doing something remote, it probably doesn't really matter, but if you're in a drone racing environment at one of the clubs or something like that, then it gives you a good opportunity to see what's what. Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's more for the spotter, so because you'll be always with the goggles, so you'll just have a vision. But the spotter can actually know where your drone is because depending on the color as well. So. Or
if someone's doing a video of you racing your friend and you want to say, "Hey, I won that one," you can follow your drone all the way through.
True, that's true.
Yeah, that's cool. Awesome. So, Michael, is there anything else you want to tell us about this today?
Yeah, it's as I said, it's a great machine. It's perfect to build, great for a beginner. So you have so many safety features, including the sensors on the front and the bottom, as well as the battery management, which is one of the hardest things to do in FPV drones.
So with the battery management, we've got this cooling fan. Maybe we'll just turn it off for a second so we can not listen to that. But built-in cooling fan's pretty cool as well. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, so you got there also has an aerodynamic where the intake goes in from the front and the back as well. And you can see there's a heat sink here as well. So. Yeah, with the battery management, so it's like DJI smart batteries, self discharge, It shows the battery levels for you from the LED lights as well.
Yep.
It's a really.
What's the battery life like while you're flying?
DJI says 20 minutes. I would say depending on the speeds you are
going. And wind conditions as well, I presume.
Yeah, I would say good 15 minutes, 15 to 16 minutes, and it gives you time to bring the drone back as well.
Yeah. I suppose more than that, without a break from the goggles, might be a bit too much anyway.
Yeah, I will definitely take a break, have some water, deep breaths, look around, see your surroundings.
Yeah,
and the battery, as I said to you, it's pretty good. It's really secured as well. It goes in and it clicks in, and you can hear that really good tight feeling as well. Whereas the normal traditional drones, you used to strap them up, and also you don't have indications and stuff, and they are more likely to stand about 5 to 6 minutes, where you get this almost 15 minutes, which is a really good drone.
Oh, pretty amazing out of something that size too.
Yeah.
Definitely. Cool. All right, well, Michael, thanks so much for joining us today, and fantastic to hear about the latest product from DJI. If you guys want to hear any more about this, please feel free to like and subscribe to Camera Electronic YouTube channel. Follow the link below, and for the rest of the month of March, everybody that does will be going in the draw to win a $500 Camera Electronic voucher.
Oh, that's really great. Thanks for having me, Howard, and
no problems.
Thanks for the opportunity to give me to try this as well. Really appreciate it.
No problems. So thank you as well to DJI and CR Kennedy for helping us with this.
Thank you.